There are two types of people who just clicked on this video. The first one being my core audience. Welcome back, grinders. I know you saw the thumbnail, the title, you're ready to go, you got the popcorn. And then there's you, dear viewer who wandered in from the algorithm, wondering what the fuck are you doing here? Well, let me explain it to you. So you clicked on this video and thumbnail because you saw a balding guy and you thought, he must have the secret to learn a language in record time of 3 months, right? Maybe he can teach me. After all, those languages have pushed out every last hair follicle he's got. He must know the secrets. Well, I am here to give you the trade secrets, hidden away by the industry, behind paywalls that you are not willing to pay, but you're hoping this free video will offer. Okay, you ready? This is how you learn a language in 3 months. You don't. Wait. You didn't hear that? Let me try that again. You ain't learning a language in 3 months. But Evildea, why would you clickbait me like this? You brought me here to tell me I can't learn a language in 3 months. I could have clicked on that other balding white guy, but I chose you. Okay. I get it. You don't believe me. So many people selling this idea. Okay. Let's take a step back and we'll do the numbers. We'll crunch this shit. We'll use the math to figure out if you're learning a language in 3 months, okay? And you know what? Because no one trusts a balding white guy on the internet anymore because, well, the other balding white guys gave this balding white guy a really bad rep. Let me do this with AI. After all, AI never lies, right? Don't worry, I'm here to fact check it, okay? Yes, I can fact check. So, are we ready? Let's learn a language in 3 months. So, what language we learning? Well, based on the general audience of language learners out there, I'm going to take a wild guess about who you are, okay? Let me know if I get this right. You're probably in your 20s, American, probably want to learn Japanese, and you don't come from a Japanese background, you probably don't speak any other languages, and you just love anime. It's just a wild stab in the dark, okay? Just a wild stab. But let's make it a little bit more interesting, because you've probably seen these videos already about how to learn a language, freaking using anime or something. Okay, I am a balding white American. Is the balding part required? I don't know. Okay. Who wants to learn, let's pick a language. Chinese. To fluency. What is fluency, by the way? Can anyone tell me what fluency is around here? Like, you probably just think it means, like, you can watch, like, you know, movies, right? You can watch movies and you can probably talk with people on the street. As in, I can watch TV and order burritos in China. How many... Wait, what's the question? How do we track how long it takes to learn? You said 3 months, right? But what is 3 months? It's like a grouping of hours. How many hours do you have available? I'm assuming you don't have your entire life available for this, right? Like, you can't just get rid of the family, you know, just get rid of them, right? Get rid of that job as well, you know, just get rid of that. I'm assuming you can't do all that, so you probably only got a couple of hours a day, right? We're gonna work with 1 to 2 hours, okay. How many hours would I need, assuming I have 2 hours available a day? Yeah, let's see. I'm gonna make some assumptions right now using my non-AI brain. It's gonna tell you, based on this system called FSI, Foreign, you know, Service Institute out of America, because Americans only trust American stuff, that it's gonna take you 2,200 classroom hours, and assuming you're doing this 2 hours a day, it's gonna take you 6 years. Let's hit enter and find out. Holy shit, would you believe it? Look at that. This thing right here, the FSI, okay. 2,200 classroom hours, therefore 3,500 active hours of the language, 4.5 years to be able to watch native level content quite well. There you go. Can I do that in a year? Let's find out. Assume we've got 3,500 hours. Okay, divide that by 365. What? There you go. It's only 9.5 hours a day. You guys got this. I believe in you. 9.5 hours, I'm sure, like... How many hours do you need for sleep? Okay, assume you add sleep in there. Let's be generous with the sleep and give you 5 hours of sleep, okay? So that's 14 hours out of the, you know, the 24 hours in there. Yeah, you got time to work. What do you want about 9 hours? Fucking acting like that's all hard and shit. Okay, so yeah, you can do it in a year. What about half a year? Divided by 182. 0.5. Look, we need to be a bit precise with the 0.5 right now, okay? Because it's going to be doing a lot of heavy lifting. 19 hours a day. Boys, you got this. I believe in you. I believe in you. Okay. You're probably thinking at this point, Evildea, I don't want to learn. I don't want to learn Chinese. That seems really hard. Can we pick an easy language? Fine. You want to be a weak dick? You want to go pick an easy language? God. Okay. Same balding guy. Assume now wants to learn Spanish, okay? Because you're weak. You want to learn Spanish, you're weak. You could have went for Chinese, but instead you chose Spanish. Okay, let's find out. So 600 to 750 hours of study with active exposure. I'm going to be honest with you all right now. You're going to need more hours than that. I know I can answer that because I've done it for both those languages, okay? Not quite there at that level for both languages, but I'm pretty far through. Okay, assuming 700 hours in 1 year. That seems possible, right? Let's do that. 700 divided by 365. Boom! 2 hours a day. That's getting more realistic. You could do 2 hours a day. Are you prepared to sit there for 2 hours a day, hardcore studying Spanish? You know, I mean like study. But remember, guys, you need to chuck some extra hours on probably every day so you can actually hear the language. You can't just study your way to fluency. I know that sounds crazy. You need to study, and then you need to listen to the language, and you need to listen to level appropriate language. What does that mean? Well, let's assume you're a beginner. Absolute beginner. What is level appropriate? Let me give you an example, okay? This be a phone. I have phone. I like phone. That's level appropriate for a beginner, assuming you've actually studied how to say those words. I like phone, have, be, you know, those types of words. As long as you know all those words, you'll be right. Then you can listen to it and you can train your ear. You're only going to have to do that, I don't know, for a couple of 100 hours. Not too hard, right? So if I can do it at 2 hours a day in a year, that means, let me do the maths. I have 4 hours a day. You can do it in 6 months. Oh, but I forgot to include the actual immersion time. Okay, let's just say 6 hours a day. You can do it. I believe in you. You've got this, okay? Now I can hear you already sitting there whimpering in the background. But Evildea, I don't want to spend 6 hours a day to learn in half a year. Can't you teach me the hyperpolyglot method? The one that gets me fast? Assuming you know what you're doing, which you don't if you came here randomly looking for this type of video, assuming you do know what you're doing, you might be able to shave off, I don't know, 10 to 20% using really efficient methods and playing around with different optimizations and language learning. So assuming you know what you're doing, you don't. Okay? But if you speak Portuguese, completely fluent, and you lived in an environment where there's other Spanish speakers, it might be quicker. It actually be quicker. But do you speak Portuguese? Have you noticed how we started with a hard language like Japanese and Chinese, and then we kind of pulled back to a Olympic language like Spanish, and now we're like, okay, well, let's assume you're a Spanish, a Portuguese speaker, and you want to learn Spanish. That's what all these videos do, okay? They sell you on the bullshit and they say, you can do it in 3 months. Technically, you can. You know what? Let's do this. Let's assume you got 90 days. 90 days. You want to get the TV fluency. Well, let's assume that it is 700 hours, which it ain't. Okay, let's just assume it is. Let's divide that by 90. There you go. 7.7 hours. Just a full-time job. You got this. I believe in you. Now, if you want to actually learn a language in a realistic time frame, take part in a language community that's not going to be selling you bullshit, feel free to join my Discord. There's a link down in the description below. And I'll see you all in the next video. And if you're not there, I assume you're doing 7.7 hours a day, baby. You got this.